A day after the Senate and House of Representatives adjourned for 2 weeks over the coronavirus pandemic, the leadership of the National Assembly met with the Minister of Finance, the CBN Governor, and representatives from the NNPC, Budget and National Planning to brainstorm on the effect of coronavirus pandemic on the Nigerian economy. Now, key takeaways from that meeting were the review of a 2020 budget using a new benchmark price of crude, as well as funds to the Lagos state government to tackle the pandemic. The Senate spokesman and the chairman of the Senate Committee on Primary Health are briefing journalists in the National Assembly on the recess by the Senate over coronavirus. But journalists want clarification over reports that some senators who travelled to the UK 2 weeks ago for an official assignment did not practice self-isolation when they returned to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The Senate spokesman is also reported to have travelled recently.
I travelled to Niger for ECOWAS Parliament. I was just looking at you. Don't embarrass yourself, please. You are a senior, please. I don't. Excuse me, sir. You don't work on what you are reading on Facebook or social media. I traveled. I'm the chairman. I traveled to Niger for ECOWAS Parliament inauguration. Please, that's why he was trying to. Ask good questions that your brothers and sisters in the village will benefit, please.
The chairman, Senate Committee on Primary Health, says the letter purportedly written by President Buhari's Chief of Staff to the National Assembly on the refusal of federal lawmakers to subject themselves to screening at the airport is fake.
We gave a standing order. In fact, as at that time, one of our interventions was that security agents should man the first contact, and nobody. And we've said it. In fact, the other inclusion is that even people that are coming through private wing, they should be screened. And they should fill the form so that they will be traced. The letter you say, we saw it, the letter is fake. If you look at the drafting of that letter, written to the speaker, and at the end of the day talking about distinguished senators, so it shows that it's a fake letter.
That's why I don't want to discuss that one.
Professional media should not be asking questions on
nothing
a
like
letter that does not, as far as I'm concerned, as far as we are concerned, and as he is reducing, that letter was never, there's no letter that was written to Senate President. So one of the decisions that we took today is that we want the federal government to expand that testing capacity, because now, in addition, the testing method we are using before is what they call is a closed system, which is with only a kind of PCR, and we have those ones in only 5 centers in the country. No, it increased to 6 last week. So, but now, as at yesterday, the NCDC is acquiring a new testing kit that we have already machines. The machine that is being used to test TB will be used for that kit, because the kit can work with that machine, and we have more than 300 of it, in which case every state of the country, hopefully in the next few days, will be able to conduct testing.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, is proposing a review of a 2020 budget using a $30 per barrel price benchmark as against the $57 initially passed in December 2019 by the National Assembly. This, she says, is to prepare for the worst-case scenario as well as insulate the Nigerian economy against any form of unexpected crisis. The minister presented this proposal during a meeting between the National Assembly and the Executive to brainstorm on the impact of coronavirus pandemic on the Nigerian economy. She further disclosed that the federal government would be releasing the sum of 6.5 billion naira in 2 tranches to the National Center for Disease Control as intervention to assist in the fight against the spread of the coronavirus disease in Nigeria. Also, the finance minister says the Lagos state government would receive financial support from the federal government to the tune of 10 billion naira to combat coronavirus in the state. In addition, she informed lawmakers that Nigeria has received a grant of $18.2 million from Japan for strengthening 7 national Center for Disease Control centers across the country.
It's time to start thinking outside the box.
Also speaking at the meeting, the Speaker of the House of Representatives wants the federal government to think creatively and come up with ways of stabilizing the economy in the face of a negative economic impact of the coronavirus.
If you are all aware, the House of Representatives, and hopefully it will be the National Assembly by the time, unfortunately, the Senate could not concord to the bill that was passed by the National Assembly yesterday, by the House of Reps yesterday, first, second, and third reading was done, which, in our own opinion, goes further. It complements what the executive is doing in terms of addressing the needs of the common man. The tax rebate, the mortgage moratorium for 6 months, and the reduction in medical supplies importation that have to do with coronavirus. So what I'm trying to get at here is that even though it's not law yet, it's come to the Senate, and hopefully, unfortunately, the Senate had to close because of the death of one of us. There's a possibility that the Senate will reconvene at some point, and the House as well, pass this to the executive. Now, since we're addressing the executive, I will implore the Minister of Finance, Senator Governor, and the rest of us here to have this signed quickly into law.
Also speaking at the meeting, Senate President Ahmed Lawan says an immediate review of a 2020 budget and the medium-term expenditure framework is imperative, particularly against the backdrop of the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on global economy.
The impact of COVID-19 is well known to all of us, whether to our people in terms of their health or the economy, and of course, here we're talking about the revenues that we estimated that we will raise to fund the budget 2020. If the revenues are affected and we're not able to raise as estimated, that means the budget itself has to be reviewed to a more realistic level that our revenue can. We need to talk, discuss, and deliberate about the review, the proposed review of the 2020 budget, but also to discuss the MTEL budgets and FSP. Because if you have to review the budget itself, you also need to consider the MTEL, FSP,